Welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you joining me this fine Wednesday for another episode of Donnie Does It Painting Edition. We are back painting our Lily Dragon today, and just super happy to have you here as we try and unwind a little bit. I know it's been a long week for me. I'm assuming it's been a long week for you, and just thought we can all hang out for a little minute and decompress here on a Wednesday. So, as always, want to thank my wonderful producer, Greg, who's working in the background here. And you can join him a little later tonight on Thunderleaf Games channel, playing Dark Souls for rave reviews. We've been really enjoying hanging out with a lot of you there and getting to know some of you and having you all help Greg struggle less through Dark Souls, which has been great to see. He's really making some great progress and got over some major obstacles the last couple weeks, so we've really enjoyed seeing that. Otherwise, if you haven't checked it out, we did a little one-shot this week when I was absent, explored the world of Call of Cthulhu, and we'll be back to Humblewood hopefully next Monday for y'all. Wait, maybe next Monday. It's Labor Day. We're still working on it. We'll figure it out. But as always, we're just going to take things one day at a time here at Thunderleaf Games and make the best stuff we can. So make sure you're dropping in chat what you'd be working on today. Good to see you, Binary. Glad you could join us. Yeah, fellow higher education friend there. Tis the season for any of us with people going back to school, whether it be college, high school, anything like that. So we're trying out a little different view today, so you gotta get a little better view, hopefully. So we've got the little alligator lily pad dragon we're working on. And yeah, we're gonna work on doing a little more detail this week. We got some nice base coating done. We're gonna bring some color into the flowers. We're trying to bring out some of the detail in the tail here, which you might actually be able to see today is more of like a swampy log. And yeah, we got lots of detail on this model, and we haven't even begun to touch the details. So we're going to really dig into that today. I've got my tools all set. We've got my wet palette here, the forbidden coffee cup. Got a couple different brushes piled up here. I always just keep way too many on hand because I like to do a little different thing with each one. So got really crappy brushes and really good brushes that all used for the right job. What we writing papers on today there, Binary? We may need to adjust. I don't know if you can adjust where I sit in the camera there, Craig, but I think I'm kind of popping off the edge of it. Nice. World War II has always been some of my favorite parts of history, for sure. It definitely didn't let Band of Brothers substitute as source material. So just doing there's some little dots on his knees and ankles there. Just drawing those out a little bit. What's up, Sunshine? Thanks for joining. Hope you had a easy drive today, or maybe didn't have to come in. I'm only on drink number 2. I wish we would have started a couple weeks ago myself there, Binary. We start the day after Labor Day, and I hate that so much because I can't do anything the weekend leading up to it. And so it's just like, let's show up after a holiday and see how it goes. That's fair enough. That's why we're here, though, right, Sunshine? This is a decompress session, so. How are we liking the new camera angle, everybody? That working a little better for everybody? So, pulling out the old favorite here. This stuff I swear by. Masters brush cleaner. It's like $9. I think I bought it like 8 years ago. And I'm still using it. Of course, it was 8 years ago. It's probably like $75 now, but we're not going to get into that. How's it going, ALC? Thanks for joining us this Wednesday afternoon. What little house project are we working on this week? Any luck breaking through on that thing? What are you two doing? I'm pretty sure my dog and cat are pouncing each other on my feet. Give that a second to dry. Oh no. Yeah, my old pup's been having some stomach issues this week. So now he's getting chicken and rice, which may, of course, may have been his plan all along. focus enough that y'all see. I love that like 8-bit music is just a complete genre now. Like who would have thought? It's pretty subtle. It's kind of hard to see in there, but I think it comes across a little bit. You can see the pinks that I'm working into the flowers. Stick my hand in the brown paint. I don't know. It's hard to core a hollow cylinder. Just saying. Me over here still listening to the sad, sappy music I got into in college. What can I say? You all with your fancy cores. And I could not tell you the single difference between any of those things. You'll probably, I don't know if Greg, if you got into it or not, the to Bright Eyes, but I get caught up every once in a while in one of his more recent projects, Better Oblivion Community something or other. Community Center, Better Oblivion Community Center. Yeah, but very similar vibe still. Well, I am digging how these flowers are coming out. I really wish they'd come through just a little better. Let's see. Just gonna hold that steady for a minute and see if it focuses up. Kind of see it. We'll have to get it a picture. I'm painting Binary's favorite color, a little screamer pink here. How's your what, 2 armies ago for you, our award-winning Warhammer painter? Thanks, Mike. Good to see you joining today. Pulling yourself away from your deep dives of data. So, anybody watching any special shows we're in the grips of? Favorite book we're reading at the moment? What's everybody else doing to unwind at the moment? How do you keep yourself sane these days? Fourth Wing. I enjoyed the first couple. I've kind of fizzled out on it, but the Gilded Age, yeah. That's a new one to me, Jenny. You're gonna have to share that one with me. So, have you got into the smuttiness of Fourth Wing yet? There, that one's right up there in Donnie's forays into smutty fantasy. I'm getting some giggles from behind me, chat. I don't know. I think ALC's gone through the whole Cosmere stuff as well, right? ALC. I know you've done Way of Kings. I don't know if you've done all of it or not, but that's another one that's monster books. All right, so what's everybody's favorite epic fantasy series here? Like Wheel of Time. We got the Dark Tower series. Obviously, Outlander apparently falls in that category. Dresden. One I've read. I think the first one of. I never really dug into that series. So I'm trying some new techniques here. It's called glazing. So it's what we're doing is I'm really watering down the paint to put down just a very translucent layer of pigment. Some of these and letting it build up a little bit more slowly. Probably not doing it right at all, but you know, paint on plastic, and that's the goal. The cat has blocked the door from walking in the room. The 70-pound shepherd is being bullied by the 6-pound cat. So what you kind of do with it is, so you get it really watered down, but I actually am just touching the brush to the paper towel here, and it sucks most of the water out, leaving just the pigment on the brush. So it's helping me keep control, because yeah, you're absolutely right. When it's that watered down, it's easy to lose control of. So you want to make sure you just have very little on the brush. So you can see probably my brush is pretty green. Um, that up to something white. There's a lot of green in the bristles, but not a ton of moisture. So it's just very diluted pigment. But it is a little bit like working with watercolors almost. So I've just dug back into it's not really fantasy, I suppose it's more sci-fi, but the Red Rising series. Decided to finally pick that one back up. I read through the original 3 and there's like 3 or 4 more out, so figured pick it back up and see where it goes. Oh, that's a good one, Mike. I've been listening to that one for a while, the Expeditionary Force. Skippy, the little asshole AI. I love it. Dying on me there, producer. This one's definitely a unique challenge because there's so much very similar colors in that green that I'm trying to just get as much depth of color in there to really bring that out. So glazing is giving very much translucentness to the paint. So it's letting, instead of just kind of blocking colors on top of each other, paints are always a little translucent, but by watering it down a little bit, it's letting it become a little bit more translucent. So it really is. It's giving a very nice effect. I think it'll really pop when we get into the some close-up photos of it for everybody. So if you played with, editing, photo editing and stuff like that, really what I think it's most appropriate to do is say you're playing with the opacity of the paint. See how much we can get across here. Block the camera and see if that gets it focused. Not really. Yeah, might have to wait till I get a little bit more up close camera work on that, but one day we'll splurge and get a really good camera for this. But you know, donate, sign up for Patreon if you haven't, and we'll put some of that money to good work. You know, we're always happy to take donations. Well, Mike, Chris, our good friend, will be glad to provide some tips there. But I think I would highly recommend looking at some sponge painting methods for that. For big panels, can make some really amazing work out of that. Yeah, can you imagine? It's like some square inches of glazing, not small little details. But yeah, that'd be next level work. Just doing a little shade on that tail we did earlier. Add a little depth to that brown. So brown is a very flat color when you paint it. And it just, I don't know if it's a paint I used or if I didn't water it down enough, but definitely kind of loses a little bit of detail. So a little bit of shade should help that out. When I say a little bit of shade, I mean a lot. Yeah, get into painting gives you a great excuse to go to the makeup store and, make some new connections. Or raid your wife, fiance, special others, makeup counter, and just, make an enemy, whichever way you want to go. Give him a nice little gullet here. Give it some nice fleshy color. Imagine he's a croaker. I don't know why, but I just feel like that's the right answer. Well, I appreciate that from y'all. I'm glad you enjoy watching it, and yeah, it's a little bit magic to me too, I promise. Some of our other painters, when you dry brush, do you all use paper towels, or do you have? I saw today, or not today, this week, I was watching some videos and saw one about how they use a textured dry brush thing, like it's a piece of plastic textured, and instead of smashing their brush into paper towels, they brush off the extra paint into that. So supposedly it keeps some of the moisture in the paint, Mike. So it can get a little like chalky almost when you dry brush from the paper towel, is what they're saying. I've honestly never done it the other way, so I really can't say from experience, but I can definitely see what they're talking about. I think next week our focus is going to be really digging into the flesh and bringing out some of the details on the skin, trying to give some just as much depth as we put into the green on the model. We'll try and bring out more kind of fleshiness to the skin. It's definitely an interesting challenge. All the green on green on green on green here. So how do you bring out detail with overlapping colors?
estás soltera y yo te voy a sacar del verano. No tenemos que sentir, solamente cuando estemos ahí. En estado físico, químico, el deseo es crítico. Baby, yo me quiero comer.
Get some teefies on there. What's DJ Laszlo playing? Laszlo still in Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, it's amazing. Just sometimes just little specks of detail, just worlds of difference. Thank you, ALC. I appreciate that. I can definitely see the wife there, ALC, chucking somebody out of a car and going on rampage. You know, feels like that makes sense. ALC's wife is a sweetheart, everybody, just so you know. All right, stretch the old back. Been hunching for a minute. Well, the old zero sugar Dr. Pepper sweet treat. Well, that makes a lot of sense, Ale. Hmm. So now that I got that nice white on the teeth, I am going to go in and kind of just bring that back a little bit. Give a little touch of some tartar on those teeth. So good chance here, kind of wrapping up pretty soon here, but do make sure if you aren't aware, we've got rave reviews starting in just a few hours at 9 Eastern. Really a great time. We just hanging out, chatting with Greg and Ray, make fun of Greg hitting. Are we going to hit 300 deaths here? We're getting close, I think, aren't we? Like 260? Yeah, we're getting there. So he's putting in the work. So we got that coming up a little later. Got some great tip videos coming from Greg on Friday. And then we'll be back to hopefully back to Humblewood on Monday with our flagship RPG game. It's definitely a great time. We are really enjoying playing fun, furry critters in a game that is much too dark, but that's great. That's what we're all about here, is stretching those characters, pushing some drama. If you haven't checked out our Cyberpunk series, you can really get a big dive into some depth there. I think we have like 20, 30 episodes of that. It's a lot. We did a really great job on chapter 1 of Cyberpunk, and we're looking forward to getting back to that. So yeah, if you're enjoying our content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, throw a like, and as always, please share. We really appreciate you helping us get the word out there to people. And yeah, otherwise, I'm just gonna wish you all a great rest of your week. Try and relax, get through Friday. We'll see you this weekend and again on Monday. So nice holiday weekend here coming up for everybody, hopefully. So that, I'm going to sign off, and we'll catch you next week here at Thunderleaf Games on Donnie Does It.